Hello everyone and welcome to today's show. I'm your host Nick Smith, and today on the show we're talking about object storage versus your traditional SANs and NASs. But of course, we brought along the Legos to make it understandable. Techsplanation starts right now. So at JB&A, we spend a lot of time consulting with people on storage, helping them to understand whether they should have a SAN, a NAS, an online, a nearline, be in the cloud, whatever it may be. So I want to talk to you a little bit today about the difference between a nearline and an online. So an online would be our traditional RAID, right? Fast, redundant, great for editing. A nearline, not so fast, but certainly redundant, great for archive. Which is why I want to talk about object storage today and the difference between it and your traditional SANs and NASs. So let's start with the SAN and NAS. So I brought in some props. First, we have this lovely little ice cube tray. And of course, we brought in the Legos so that we could represent our data. And then this coffee cup, well, it's just a coffee cup. So now when we're looking at our RAID array, all these drives in this array are working together in unison. And when we put a video file on the array, it actually duplicates the file across multiple drives. This first gives us our redundancy. If I lose a drive, that's okay. We replace the drive, the file repairs itself. Next, we get throughput. All these drives are working in unison, meaning one drive is not the only drive giving me data, all the drives are. So the data can come out very fast that way, which is why we use these traditionally in SANs and NASs as our editorial online storage. Object storage, or our nearline storage, is a little bit different. With object storage, when I place a video file on the drive array, I actually break the file up into its smaller pieces. You can see we're going to break these files up and spread them across the drives, and I'm going to put other video files in here. Oop, lost that file, that's okay. We made a copy of it. Now, our data is now spread across the drives. It's very redundant, so we still have that redundancy factor that RAID gives us, but each of these drives acts independently. Now, if I lose a drive, that's okay. I've got the data replicated in another location in my array, and I can still reconstitute the data or rebuild the data when I need to. So I replace the drives, and the files heal themselves back across the array. Although, when I go to retrieve a file and pull it out of the array, notice it takes time to rebuild it. This is what makes it slightly slower than a SAN or a NAS. So we certainly won't be editing from this. This is really as our archive or as our tier 2 storage. This is a nearline. So this is object storage. You still want to keep your SAN and NAS for editorial purposes, but if you're looking for a very large, scalable archive or tier 2 storage repository, you've found your home. It's called object storage. All right, that's our show for the day. Now go get your own Legos and play on your time. Thanks, guys.